Yo, so we already have over 100,000 again. I
Sammy Snake says in words, hissing all the time. Sammy Snake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a s, hissing with a s. Sammy Snake says in words, he's hissing all the time. Sammy Snake says in words, hissing all the time. Sammy Snake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a s, hissing with a s. Sammy Snake says in words, he's hissing all the time.
Yo, how's everyone doing? Huh? How is everyone doing? What a day, alright? Yeah, I just thought, 50,000 trillion, maybe we'll raise that in a week or so. But nope, you guys have got different ideas, so yeah, we raised a hell of a lot of money today. It's pretty unbelievable. Let me just bring up the so this is not even the full total because we've got sell orders up on alcohol right now trying to convert it into wax. So we must have raised, I think we raised 105,000 trillion or 110,000 trillion. Yeah. let's just do some quick maths. So if we just take what's there, if we just take 100,000, 527 trillion, even though I know that we've got more than this, you just take that and times it by 0.56. I mean, like, look at that. You look at it, $56,000 in less than a day. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I I don't really know what to say other than, like, thanks to everyone for investing, and it's pretty exciting. Like, I guess we have the pick of the lot now. I feel like a kid in a candy store. Could just go on here and be like, right, what, all these lands? I'll have that one. I'll have that one. I'll have that one. I'll have that one. And that one. And that one. Oh, and I'll have that one. Oh, that one. That one. You could literally buy them all. These are some of the ones on our hometown they're on right now that are winking at me. It's so tempting to say hello to these shiny cards, but I don't think that that's going to be the route that we're going down. But we're going to have a new voting system. So basically, what we're going to do is, like, over the next, because obviously the period is coming up right now where we're going to be pausing the investments. So all I'll do is I go on and I hit this button, and it's no more fun for anyone. No more Trillium coming in. No more Snakies coming out. And that's it. Investment period's done. And then it's just a matter of picking the best lands. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a contract set up for a new account. So I know you guys love remembering all the names of all the stuff. So we've got Snaky Lands 1, which the Rocky Coastline sits on right now. And we're going to have Snaky Lands 2, which has been created. It's ready, it's waiting for its new friends to come on in. And yeah, so and what we'll probably do is we'll grant a voting token to the people that hold the Snaky, and they can vote on what they think that the best option is. And what I might try and do is that we've got enough to Trillium to buy 3 lands, and so I'm thinking of maybe putting together, like, sort of packages, and then maybe leaving one open for also if anyone else has got so many other suggestions of what we do. My personal thinking is that we stick with the plan that we intended, is that we improve Neron as a planet, because I feel like there's a good ability for us to get onto the government here and sort of do our own thing, be left sort of to it. And I think there's a good choice of lands for us. And we can sort of build up our sort of empires kind of slowly but surely. Like, the thing with the lands is you want as many as possible in a short frame of time to lock in that Trillium that you get per week. And so you could have a sort of combination where we buy the cheapest one here. There's the Sandy Desert, and although it's not got the greatest stats, then it's pretty good value for money because of that detail payment, the payment that you get from the Galactic Federation every week. So if people are not familiar with this, there's an account called Terra.Worlds that pays all of the landowners. So you can see, like, some of the big boys are getting like 108,000 Trillium a week, 90,000 Trillium a week, 67,000 Trillium a week. Then there's, like, pages and pages and pages and pages, and then there's pages. Look, some more pages, and then kind of this level is around what I receive a week for owning 3 lands. So what we can have a look is let's just have a look through these. So this is on the 1st of May, and I'm just trying to get a feel for the different payments to the landowners. See what the lowest payout was on May the 1st. Yeah, so you can see that it doesn't go any lower than that 583 and trillion per week. So sometimes it's a bit higher. I think sometimes it's a bit lower. So I think I sort of averaged out in my calculations is that if you own a land, you get a trillion a week. It doesn't matter what it is, and that's the thing. And that's kind of like the idea is that we would we just want to accumulate lands, and we want to get in control of a government on one land. And so that's why a purchase such as Sandy Desert on the Run could be a good one, because it's one of the cheapest lands that you could buy. But then also you've got, like Rocky Crater, which is a very good NFT stats land. I think it's also the third most total efficient land in the game. So if you look at the land ownership discussion, you can find this this chart here, and you can look at some of the efficient land. So in terms of total efficiency, you've got Rocky Crater as the third most efficient land in terms of total efficiency, and it's got a pretty good NFT efficiency. So it's got 83% there, and that there's only a few like Mushroom Forest and Sandy Coastline that have got a better one than that. So, well, of course, Small Island, but you can't find very small islands for sale. But it's got a very good NFT efficiency, so it's one of these ones where I think we would be happy to have it. Yeah, so we've done incredibly well to be in a position where we can sort of choose. I mean, okay, we can't afford to just buy a geothermal springs, for example. No, I don't think that we would want to, the way that the detail works. But it's all about us. Is that we want to keep expanding our reach, get these detail payments in, get more people involved in the community, get them mining, and I think after this land purchase that we're going to put some work in to putting in the structure, putting in some fun and use for the miners. So just want to see if we've got any immediate questions in the chat, because there's also possibilities that you might be able to terraform in the future. Might be able to. Who knows what they're going to do with this game? So there's so much. I would hope that they would have a use for every single different land in the game. There might be some buildings that you could only put on a plains, for example, or one that you could put in the desert. Oh no, I haven't closed it yet. I haven't closed it. 1 second. Yeah, so sorry, just answer some questions here. Wouldn't let me sense a CPU error. How long before the contract closes? I'm probably going to close it very soon. I'll just get sweeping up some from last orders. Some people have had a few errors, and they want to get in, so we might as well let them. At this point, we're definitely going to try for 3 lands, or is there a possibility of 2 but high rarity? I just don't think that it makes much sense to buy any of the ones, because unless we were to buy we would have to buy on a different planet. we could. I mean, obviously, I'm open to vote. If people really want to, then we could buy a. I'm just like, let me have a look at the. Let me have a look at the map, the price of things at the moment. So you know, if we wanted to buy a sandy coastline, then it would be $28,000, and that you could buy another land on top of that, but that's, it's on it'll be on Velas. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably add it to the options, but it is I don't think it's going to make you as much money as an investor, and that's the problem with it. So, like I said, I'm open to it. If people, that's what we're going to do with this new voting token. Is that I would probably prefer to have 3 lands in the bank, because that is just the best strategy. You need to get moving and start accumulating all these lands and start accumulating these detailed payments. And it seems kind of silly to get 2 when we could get 3. But I guess it depends on what the what the trade-offs are and what the the efficiency. So if we look at the land ownership discussion again, so I think we will probably need to work out whether the boost in efficiency, you would probably get a 14% efficiency boost, and it would cost you $8,000 more than the land that we're looking at buying, or $10,000 more than the one that we're looking at buying. So, like I said, it'll definitely be in the options. I think that at that price, the price that it is now, I mean, it's 28,000, that one. It's a lot cheaper than the other ones, so probably end up in the list of options. I'm not saying that we absolutely have to buy everything onto Neuron. It's just that's sort of been the strategy so far. So if people use their votes and they want to say, right, I want Sandy Coastline and I want to pay more for it, then this could be a reasonable price. Who knows? But at the same time, is what you could do is, we've already got 2 lands on the run, and we could pick up that one for, that's 13. So that's literally, it's $15,000 cheaper, and it's going to make you a similar amount of money. So as an investment, I guess some of these ones are a bit more expensive, but yeah, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to make out set options, and we're in the lucky position in that we literally have all of the trillium that you would need. So maybe we do buy a premium land. We need to work out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking all of the stuff that's in the Islamic State 5L account, and so we've got 101,000 drillium in there. We've got 2,000 wax. We've probably got some sell orders up in Anchor as well, so we've probably got more than that. And we'll put all that all together. We'll tell you what our budget is, and we'll have the options, because I think this time that we aren't in any rush. I mean, before, the last time that we did it, that there was a rocky coastline available for a very decent price, and now that the only one available is $14,000 more expensive than the price that we paid. So, last time we had to move fast, and I think that actually maybe we are in a position that we can take a bit more time, and because at the end of the day we're buying such high value items that it's good to take time and let's listen to what people have got to say and listen to ideas. But yeah, so we'll probably put together a few sort of packages to make it easy. Is that it'll either be packages of 3 lands, so maybe it would be. So I just want to give you an example. Is that, for instance, this mountains for the run that's for sale. It's $16,500. We already have a mountains in as part of our guild, but you can look at the land ID and you can see that there's a lot of people already on it. So that again could influence your thinking as someone that owns part of the land. Now it's up to you guys to decide, like, what you want to do. So if you could convert some of those people, even though that they're mining a commission, and that there's a pop-up now that when you go to mine where it tells you what the commission is, and when you actually go to claim, it tells you what it is. So if we were to buy that land and bump the price up from 3%, then probably some people would leave. But in my experience, that even with these things, is people are lazy, and even if the commission sort of changes, like they're always just like, oh well, I've always mined here, I'll sort of stay. I mean, sort of happened before with my Neriland is that early on in the game, it didn't seem to make a difference what I did with the commission. I put it down to 7%, and more people didn't come and mine there, and then I put it up to 20%, and no one left. So it's like, you just don't know what you don't know. And but the exciting thing is now you guys are all landowners, you get to experiment, find out. So, like I said, would you be looking at a mountains potentially? You'd buy it. We already have a mountains. All these people could leave. You do again. It's stuff to consider. Okay, so out of the ones on the list, I would probably say, like, look, good value land on the planet that we are focusing on. Probably looking at picking up that one. It could be a good shout. Definitely Rocky Crater is very good stats land, a reasonable price on this planet. So that's got to be in the conversation, I would have thought. Maybe we'll look at Icy Mountains, but it's a bit expensive for what it is. But again, it's a good stats one. Or maybe people would like, right, well, we need to keep with this high rarity strategy of being a bit more risk in that sort of banking on the fact that these rarities are going to make it cheaper to upgrade lands or produce some extra features in the game, which I think that they will. All right, so let's take a few questions. Yeah, and some people just aren't sure, and they want to leave it to to us to guide, and other people will want a more say. So it's up to you. So how exactly does Terra.Worlds pay the landowner? You showed 20k plus transactions. The landowner gets 20k trillium at once. Or they get it weekly. Yeah, the contract's still open right now. I've not closed it. So I'm just sort of sorting out some things. Like, some people have sent me the wrong currency and what have you, so I need to send it back. 1 second, then I just need to sort someone out. Okay, so there'll be a bit of tidying up that we'll be doing. Like, some people have sent some stuff to the wrong address. Some people have sent snakies to their address. Guys, don't send your snakies anywhere. Just hold on to them. I know a lot of this stuff is new. It's bound to happen, so it's completely fine. All this brand new. People are learning, so let's just help each other out. Right, let's take some more questions. I'd like to know what I think that the best play regarding the Terra payouts. I think that the best thing to do is to buy up all the land as cheaply as possible on the run. with a certain amount of sort of caretaking is that you buy some good stats lands. Is a rare or epic property a possibility? There's a possibility of buying 2 premium lands. I'm going to put all the options up and people will vote. I just think it's a very big risk. If we want to stay on the run, we could buy the epic Inland River, which is a decent stat land, but it's a lot of money to sink into something. Like, it's $20,000 more than you could get an Inland River on another planet for, and it's like I said, is that while I think that the rarity is going to play a factor, a $20,000 gamble, I'm not sure I'm comfortable making the gamble at this stage. Okay, so the land allocation is weekly. So what is the main factor to determine the value? Well, it's a great question, and let's go and find out. So I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to bring up the how they work it out, because this is all important. Everyone wants to get themselves up to speed now. Even if you own literally like 0.001% of the land, you want to know how it works. So the daily Trillium allocation to planets. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. The daily Trillium allocation to landowners, 4 times a month, roughly every week. All landowners of opened packs will receive a payment for the daily Trillium allocation to landowners. The land rating described under the land section will determine the amount that they receive. So the daily allocation from the locked box times 0.2 times the land rating divided by total land rating. And that is how they decide. Now, land rating is not yet a factor in the game. So if we go to landowners will pay Trillium for upgrade items that modify various parameters of the land. One of the possible parameters is possible to upgrade is the land rating. A higher land rating yields more payout from the detail. The land rating of a land degrades over time and can be topped up for additional Trillium. So whether they make it a feature of that that epic lands degrade slower over time, or rare lands degrade slower over time, or whether they cost less to upgrade, I mean, that would make sense. So that would be that was one of my reasons behind when we bought the Rocky Coastline, is that it was similarly priced to all of the other lands. It had more people already mining there, and it also was the lowest price rare that you could buy on the market at that time, or one of the lowest price. So that's why we made that decision. Now, whether we would make that gamble to buy something like a let me just go back to them. So you can see here that you could get an epic Inland River on the Ron for 35,000, but we don't even know when that feature will be in the game. So again, it's a big risk. Obviously the one that I would like the most is the geothermal springs on the Ron, but you got to pay a ridiculous amount of money for these premium lands. So at this point, if we know that it's around 600 trillion a week, then it makes sense to just accumulate lands. And albeit that maybe you make compromises in the fact that no one will really want to mine on a land that we've already got, such as an icy desert. So whereas a rocky crater gives them more NFT chance than we've got on any other land. So it's a good addition. But like I said, maybe finally Sandy Coastline's an option you can go for too. But bearing in mind that you're going to earn 600 trillion less every week, and that whether people are going to mine on it enough to make up that, I'm not sure that they're going to. So yeah, like I said, it's a big decision to make, and I will give my advice, and I will set up some options, and I will take some community options. But I think that we're in a position where we don't, it's not as if I'm going to buy them all tonight, because it's going to take us a while to shift this amount of trillium. So I'll be willing to put a small amount of land profit into an NFT that could be what? Yeah, so we're going to be doing our own NFTs. We're definitely going to be doing our own brand of NFTs. We're going to be having some. Shrimp Baguette's come up with a really nice idea for a Sammy Snake mining NFT game, and I think we're going to have different people collaborating on the artwork for that, and it could be an extra way to get to earn snakies and his tokens and things. A lot of people leaving the land on the Ron 813. Do you have a plan to get more miners for this land? I mean, I wouldn't say that there's a lot of people leaving that land. Let's have a look. I'll have a look at the statistics, but in general, my plan is to sort of gamify all of the lands that we own. So there's going to be an incentive for everyone to mine on every single type of land. And we can do that. We can put more smart contracts in, and we can really make it a better experience. So it's 250 commission in the last 24 hours. So it's been hovering between 250 and 300 commission for the past few days. So I don't necessarily think that it's crashing, but obviously people are going to pick and choose which lands they mine on, and we'll need to incentivize people to mine on the lands. It's not guaranteed that we're going to get people onto land. Yeah, but there's lots of different factors. Also, yeah, we got a lot of people that are flagged. Got 100 miners that are flagged. We're only just getting started. Like, barely anyone's even heard about us as a guild, so I think that I think things are only getting started. Any chance to get a sandy coastline? Well, as I was just explaining, if the people vote, then we can buy a sandy coastline for $28,000. But we would only be buying 2 lands. So in terms of getting more people to come and mine with us, I mean, in the next 2 weeks, we will have some of the best solutions on Alien Worlds. We'll have a solution that will pay for people's CPU every time they mine. They won't need to pay anything in CPU, so they can mine for however long they like. So we'll have that one, and we also have a automated tool loaning solution, so people will be able to loan whatever tools they want. So the two of those should really kind of be a game changer, and that everyone in the guild will have access to them, probably at a lower rate, but we could expose that to people in the entire game. And if everyone starts to use those tools, then the guild revenue will be like seriously high. What we could even do that you could only take access to these features if you mine on the lands. There's different things that we could do. When is the first payout of the? I mean, it'll be about like every 2 weeks roughly, or lower. It's hard to say at the moment until we've got that payout contract just tidied up. So there's a few more things, but I will announce it. So there's different things coming up. There's going to be more exposure. I'm doing an interview next week with about Uplift, so there's a chance for more people to learn about our community there. Although I'm focusing on the Uplift aspect, it's people will be interested in the fact that we've not just raised enough money to buy 1 land in 6 days, but then we also raised enough money to buy 3 lands in 1 day. So we've crowdfunded 4 lands with our community, and we've only got, say, 3,000 members. When will be the first pair of the Ron 813 land? I think, well, I just answered that. I think in about a week's time, most likely. Could you show us the earning stats of Sandy Coastline? Yes, I can. This is going to be this website's obviously been, it's got so much data and it's been taking a hammering recently, so it will take a while to load. So while it just loads up, I'm just going to jump back. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting on the Bad Crypto podcast. To be honest, because of the issues that we've had with the initial people being flagged, and like, you know, I was always concerned about growing too rapidly because I don't want. I think most of our issues with the flagging have stopped for now. The problem is they're just not unflagging the people that have been flagged, and I'm not sure why. I've reached out again to the Alien Worlds team today, and I'm waiting on a response. So, but we should get that cleared up soon. It might be another week, which is annoying, but I think after that we'll be in a lot better place because we seem to be chatting to them about some of the stuff we're developing, and it's fine. It's just I don't know why when we raise the question of can you unban these 100 people. I think it's because it's a manual process. They've obviously got a lot of stuff to do. What will be the use of HISS? Well, so the first use of HISS is we have a community raffle every day. You'll be able to get free tickets, and you'll also be able to buy tickets for 0.01 HISS. And we don't take any profit. It's just a way of you sort of taking part in the raffle and potentially earning a large amount of HISS that you can convert for snaky tokens. What is the price of geothermal springs on the RON? It's $85,000. So, yeah, it's at the moment it's just not feasible. I mean, I'm almost thinking about if people are really interested in that land, I will maybe set up a separate fundraising campaign purely for that land that will be very long, and that maybe